by our own Mayor George Foss to be accepted by Brother Rube Smith.
There he is. This is a proclamation honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Whereas civil rights champion Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15, 1929. Progressing through Morehouse College, Crozer Theological Seminary, and Boston University, he grew increasingly influenced by Mahatma Gandhi's nonviolent strategies for social change, completing his PhD in systemic theology in 1955. And whereas Dr. Martin King became pastor of Montgomery, Alabama's Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, and his public career began as he spearheaded the Atlanta African American community's boycott of the city's bus system in late 1956. Montgomery buses became integrated, and the United States Supreme Court declared Alabama segregation laws unconstitutional. And whereas in the early 1960s, Dr. King was widely regarded as Black America's preeminent spokesman, whose policies of nonviolence were often in conflict with younger, more militant factions of the civil rights movement. And whereas the 1965 March in Montgomery, Alabama, led by Dr. King, was pivotal in the passage of the Voting Rights Act later that year. And whereas while in Memphis, Tennessee, to speak out on a local sanitation worker strike, Dr. King was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. Now therefore, I, George Foss, Mayor of the City of Palestine, do hereby proclaim Monday, January 20th, 2003, as Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and do hereby recognize the Martin Luther King Committee and its efforts to organize the parade for the year 2004 and honor Dr. King's memory.
I'd like to read, and it's printed in your bulletin before we do our introduction of speaker. It said, Lord, Lord, why did you make me black? Why did you make me someone the world wants to hold back? Black is the color of dirty clothes, the color of grimy hands and feet. Black is the color of darkness, the color of tire-beaten streets. Why did you give me thick lips, a broad nose, and kinky hair? Why did you make someone who receives the hate you stare? Black is the color of the bruised eye when someone gets hurt. Black is the color of darkness. Black is the color of dirt. How come my bone structure is so thick, my hips and cheeks are high? How come my eyes are brown and not the color of the daylight sky? Why do people think I'm useless? How come I feel so used? Why do people see my skin and think I should be abused? Lord, I just don't understand what it is about my skin. Why do some people want to hate me and not know the person within? Black is what people are listed when others want to keep them away. Black is the color of shadows cast. Black is the end of day. Lord, you know my own people mistreat me, and I know this just ain't right. They don't like my hair. They say I'm too dark or too light. Lord, don't you think it's time for you to make a change? Why don't you redo creation and make everyone the same? God answered, why did I make you black? Why did I make you black? Get off your knees and look around. Tell me, what do you see? I did not make you in the image of darkness. I made you in the likeness of me. I made you the color of coal from which beautiful diamonds are formed. I made you the color of oil, that black gold that keeps people warm. I made you from the rich, dark earth that can grow the food you need. Your color's the same as the black stallion, a majestic animal is he. I didn't make you in the image of darkness. I made you in the likeness of me. All the colors of the heavenly rainbow can be formed throughout every nation. But when all those colors were blended, you became my greatest creation. Your hair is the textures of lamb's wool, such a humble creature is he. I am the shepherd who watches them. I am the one who watches over thee. You are the color of midnight sky. I put the glitter in your eye. There's a smile hidden behind your pain. That's why your cheeks are so high. You are the color of dark clouds form when I send my strongest weather. I make your lips full so when you kiss that one you love, they'll remember. Your stature is strong, your bone structure is thick to withstand the burdens of time. The reflection you see in the mirror, the image that looks back is mine. At this time, I would like to introduce to you our guest of the hour, Minister Quanell X, leader of the new Black Panther Party.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom praise is due forever, the sender of Moses and the Torah, Jesus and the Gospel, Muhammad and the Quran. Peace be upon these worthy servants of Almighty God. I extend the greeting words of peace to all of you in the city of Palestine. Assalamu alaikum. Those words simply mean, may peace be unto you. And in fact, it is the native indigenous tongue of those ancestors who were first brought on the shores of Jamestown, Virginia, on the first slave ships. And so I want to greet you in our indigenous native tongue because we are family. And I want to thank the county commission. One of them, Brother Emanuel. Words are not adequate, brother. In fact, they are inadequate to express my thanks and gratitude and joy of receiving your invitation to come into Palestine, Texas. And I thank you, brother, not just so much for the invitation. I thank you for your courage to extend the invitation in a time when bringing a young man like myself, who's seen as a controversial figure, to town, many can run you out of town, brother. So we thank you for your courage. I want to thank the pastor, the deacons, and the organizers of this great, august body of believers, this church. Thank you for allowing me to come home and stand here with my family. I am not an outsider. I am your brother. The entire 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth belongs to us, so taught Minister Malcolm X. So wherever you are, I am there also. We don't have this separation that I'm from West Texas, he's from South Texas, they're from North Texas, they're from Tyler, they're from Palestine, they're from Tupelo, they're from Houston, they're from Corpus, and we're outsiders. No, we are one blood of one family. Yes, sir. And the problem is we must begin to see each other as brothers and sisters and as family. So I thank you, Pastor, for allowing me to come. I understand that there was some controversy of allowing Brother Quanell X to come to Palestine and to the church to speak on behalf of Dr. Martin Luther King and his life and what that meant to the rise and the resurrection and the onward, upward mobility of black people in this nation. I am Dr. King's son. All of us who stand on the shoulders and the platform that that man lived and died for, we are his family. But if my father taught me that 5 plus 2 is 7, and Dr. King's father taught him that 6 plus 1 is 7, and your father taught you that 4 plus 3 is 7, it's different ways and methods of getting to the same point. We have different methodologies, Dr. King and I. So I don't want anyone to be afraid.
Yes, sir. Yes,
to
sir.
the white folk that are in the audience, I'm glad that you are here.
Yes, sir.
I understand the mayor gave a proclamation. We thank you for that. But put your seatbelt on, buddy, because it's going to be a rough ride, guys. Because we as a people have some serious issues and serious problems that we have to discuss. And let me say from the onslaught that white people are not the root of black people's problems. The root of black people's problems